seeking to make it easier for the FBI to compel companies to turn over records of an individual internet activity without a court order if agents deem the information relevant to a terrorist or intelligence investigation. What does the Violent Belligerence Act say? It says, oh, we're going to fight terrorists. And for any reason fighting terrorism, the Pentagon, the Justice Department can secretly arrest citizens and give you enhanced interrogation, that's torture, and have you disappear forever with no trial, and only an act of Congress can even find out where you are. And you don't believe me, go read the bill. I've had Ron Paul on about it and Napolitano. They've concurred with my analysis. But it says, if we think you may be a terrorist or for any intelligence purpose. And so whether it's cybersecurity, which passed out of committee, or whether it's the Violent Belligerence Act, it's all the same wording. This is all an integrated, complete takeover. And now they've got paid private mercenaries in plain clothes, including shorts and shirts, to make it look shocking to people. Grabbing people and putting them in dark blue and black vans, throwing bags over their heads. Rob Dew was in a military base, an old armory they were using as a prison in Pittsburgh when he got arrested at the G20 for filming. The arrest is on tape. He was on a hillside filming arrest. They came up and said, come here, you're going to jail. And when he got there, he saw people being taken off trucks with bags on their heads. Now, what did you see at the G20? What did you see at the G20 in Toronto a month ago? You saw people, random activists, grabbed by men in plain clothes, throwing them into vans and bags being put over their head. They're just getting you acclimated. Get right out in front of you to see people being grabbed off the streets with bags being put over their head. You're being acclimated that, okay, the CIA puts out fake videos. What you going to do about it? Okay, the CIA runs your local police department. What you going to do about it? And they're training the police officers to lock down cities and do door-to-door gun confiscations. That's admitted in Illinois, in New York, and in Austin, Texas. And they've got military checkpoints all over the country where they tell the locals, oh, it's a drunk driving checkpoint. The Marines are helping. Or there was a shooting. Armed Marines are on the streets. This is a complete, long-term strategic corporate takeover while the banks took over the states, the cities, while they got the cities to invest in derivatives, while they paid everybody off, while they got their own police chiefs and sheriffs in position. They've got their people in position. The population's waking up and getting upset. We're trying to get good sheriffs elected. We're supposed to run the country. We're the people. We're supposed to vote. We're trying to get good mayors in. We're trying to get good governors in, good legislators in. And the feds are saying, if you're for states' rights, you're a violent terrorist that wants to kill cops. See, we recognize the covert, long-term strategic takeover. Now they're bankrupting us. We always said the full takeover would happen when they instituted the Depression. We're now going into the Depression. They're now rolling all this out publicly that they quietly built over 30-plus years. I have tracked this back and told you exactly what was going on for 15 years on air. Not because I'm smart, but because I researched the information and I studied history. And let me tell you, what I saw the Soviets do in history and the Nazis and the Chi-Coms and Pol Pot is exactly what's going on, but literally 100 times more sophisticated and more patient. These globalists, when they bring America down fully, they want to make sure they win. Because if they don't win, they are going to go down. They're all in, they're committed, and none of you are safe unless you fight back. If you cower and think, well, I'll sit on the sidelines and play it safe. If you take the middle road, if you sit on the fence, if you're a spectator, that's what they're counting on. They are going to win. But if you become a leader and start speaking out at city council, calling into talk radio, exposing your local police chief as a government spook, if you start exposing the real paradigm, and if other officers start speaking out, and if people who understand what's happened start speaking out, and that's starting to happen. I mean, just Ron Paul, 4 months ago in a big speech said the CIA had a coup in '63. They shipped the drugs in and were completely run by the CIA. Just like a third world country being overthrown, we've been overthrown. You know, what did Chuck Baldwin say here 2 days ago? Exactly what I just said. What are all the real minds out there saying? They're finally concurring with my analysis because it's out in the open. And I don't blame some people for thinking I was a kook 15 years ago. Most people haven't read over 100 books about World War II. Most people haven't read declassified 300-page long secret dossiers on Adolf Hitler. Most people haven't read secret dossiers that have been declassified on Joe Stalin. Most people haven't read secret Pentagon dossiers on the Masonic movement in Germany and how powerful that was and how they were using it for intel. Most people didn't happen to pick up a history book when they were 12 and go, man, this is entertaining. But it was only entertaining until I was about 17, and then I started recognizing everything I'd read in history happening. Now, I recognize this from 100 miles away. This isn't 100 miles away. This is in your face. This is shoving you right now, shoving you down in your seat saying, yeah, it's a tyranny. You better not talk about America. You better not talk about the Bill of Rights. Better not talk about the founders. Better not talk about states' rights. Better not talk about not wanting government health care. Better not talk about not liking the Federal Reserve. The Army's watching you. You better not come out to a tea party. The Army's there with sound cannons and microwave guns. Yeah, you're being watched. We got pre-crime. Sit down and shut up. While they take the dead veterans' insurance policies, all of it, they're so confident they're in the news taking the dead vets' money.
Hounded by debt collectors with phone calls and letters? Thinking of calling a debt relief company? Don't. Greedy lawyers and debt companies charge thousands. Why pay when you can get their solution absolutely free with New York Times best-selling author Herb Kay's #1 debt secret? The how-to on stopping the calls without paying the debt companies. Yes, free for a very limited time. Here's Herb Kay.
Don't get ripped off by credit repair companies when I can give you the information you need to do it yourself for free.
Herb Kay was right. His free information helped me stop the calls and settle my debt.
What do you have to lose? Stop the calls now. Get out of debt and have more money. Get Herb Kay's #1 debt secret absolutely free now. Call 800-405-7850. That's 800-405-7850. 800-405-7850.
They helped to create a new world order.
We are part of a new world order.
A new world order based upon collective action.
Invisible Empire is a damning indictment of the globalists through their own words and documents.
The new world order really is a tool for addressing a new world of possibilities.
It means all the world under their control.
The United Nations would take over America. The Trilateral Commission would control the world.
Invisible Empire chronicles how men of power and influence have worked in stealth for centuries to establish an oppressive world government.
I believe, first of all, that we now need nothing short of a world constitution for the global financial system.
Global governance with the establishment of the G20.
So it's going to be an inner ruling elite and then everyone else. And I got news for you. You're everyone else.
Invisible Empire. Secure your copy today at Infowars.com or PrisonPlanet.com or watch it online in the highest quality at PrisonPlanet.tv.
We all know that the Berkey water purification systems are the most trusted name in water filtration. As an authorized Berkey dealer for over 4 years and serving thousands of satisfied customers, the Berkey Guy offers amazing specials for Berkey water systems. The revolutionary Berkey light systems include a set of self-sterilizing and re-cleanable black purification elements that purify water by removing chlorine, pathogenic bacteria, cysts, and parasites to non-detectable levels and removes harmful chemicals such as herbicides and pesticides. Order the Berkey light system today, complete with 2 black Berkey elements for only $209, and the Berkey Guy will include 3 Sport Berkey water bottles and ship everything to you free of charge. That's right, 3 Sport Berkey water bottles and free shipping, an $87 value, yours free, but only for a limited time. Just call the Berkey Guy at 1-877-886-3653 now to order. That's 1-877-886-3653 or order online now at GoBerkey.com. That's GoBerkey.com today.
Riders on the storm, riders on the storm, into this house we're born.
There is no doubt, it is a 100% fact that incredibly corrupt megabanks that own the military-industrial complex, that control the intelligence agencies, they founded them, are in control of our society and have stolen $28 trillion. From October 3rd, 2008 until January of this year. We haven't gotten new numbers in about 7 months. Bloomberg and AP reported in January 28 trill. 28 trill. 28 trill. You can just search the term 23.7 trillion missing. Bailout now 23.7. Bailout now 28 trillion. And you can pull those articles up for yourself. Ladies and gentlemen, they've created over 600 trillion in fake derivatives, according to the Washington Post. Our economists all concur it's over 1.5 quadrillion, and that number is 7 or 8 months old. They have created hundreds of times more money than there is assets. Okay? They did a strategic plan for 30 years, profiting with scams as they took over towards the mega scam. And I can't even believe this Bloomberg report, even though I was aware of some of it, that they take the insurance policies, $400,000, $500,000, $1 million, from the widow of dead vets. I mean, it's all here. 15-page report. I'm going to cover it later if I have time. It's 15 pages. 15 pages. And they're in there going, yes, it's illegal, but they run the regulators. No one can stop them. They changed the regulations so they could do this. I mean, they either took out insurance in people's names and kept it, or they just took people's insurance. Your husband or your son dies, and then they take the money. Does that show you how bold these people are? Does that show you how dangerous they are? Does that show you that the sky's the limit? Police, listening to me, the government is totally evil. They give you all these cover stories for why you do what you do. But you know they're teaching you that the public's dangerous and wants to kill you, and you've got to crack our heads and keep control of us and be in control of the situation. And they're saying you're not going to respond to many crimes, but you're just there to raise money and be tax collectors and revenue generators. They lie about having quotas, but now they admit, yeah, we've got quotas for money. I'm so sad that America's dying. And if there is an awakening now to just how bad it is, we've got a chance to turn the tide. But look how the bankers robbed us in the last 2 years, and then just last week passed the financial takeover bill to give the Federal Reserve total anonymity, total autonomy, total power over everything economic. Now, let's see them try to enforce it. They may have passed campaign finance reform 6 years ago, saying I, as a talk show host, can't tell you how politicians voted 6 weeks before an election, but everybody just ignores it. You know, they can claim they're God. It's kind of like the Supreme Court ruling that black people weren't humans or were 3/5 human. Black people knew they were humans, and they just said, I'm not going to let you say I'm not human. I'm tired of being your slave. And the abolitionists that were 1% of the population in 1800, by 1860s, slavery was over. They just brought in new forms of slavery, though. You've got to, when these crooks tell you, I'm going to take your pension fund, I'm going to take your insurance money, I'm going to raise taxes, I'm going to charge you for rainwater collection, I'm going to put toll roads on your existing roads. No, you stinking offshore criminal! Oh, man. It even shocks me how bold they are. We're going to break. I want to remind you this special ends Monday. You can get 4 copies of The Obama Deception for $19.95. That's 4 copies, 1 for yourself, 3 to give away. The most powerful film out there exposing the globalist. Part 2 of it, Fall the Republic, Infowars.com. We've also got a donate button at the bottom of Infowars.com. A lot of people ask, well, I just want to say they want to donate. Well, it's at the bottom of Infowars.com. On the right-hand side, whatever you do, get the books, the videos, the T-shirts. They're all available at Infowars.com. God bless you for your support. Back in 70 seconds.
You are listening to GCN. Visit GCNlive.com today.
Hello, friends. This is Alex Jones. You've heard me talk about Cal-Ben 5-star soaps for years. This is an American-made product of the highest quality and compares to nothing you will find in stores. You can buy factory direct, shipped via UPS right to your door. Check them out on the web at 5starsoap.com or call 800-340-7091. Take my word for it. Once you've used Pure Soap, you won't buy anything else. Since 1947, Cal-Ben Soap Company has been showing consumers that soap can be tough on dirt and gentle on the environment. Buy American and stay clean, as well as support InfoWars. Visit 5starsoap.com today or call 1-800-340-7091. Well, Marty, what do you have to say?
As founder and owner for over 63 years, satisfaction is guaranteed or double your dirt back. Call us at 1-800-340-7091 for a free catalog or visit our website